One of the First Amendment rights that every American citizen has is the right to petition their government for a redress of grievance. And when you petition to your government and you say that there's a fraud, a waste, abuse, or corruption, they have both a legal as well as a moral obligation to perform the duties of their office.
Right, and President Trump not only campaigned on his intention to do that, he was voted into power in part because of that platform.
Absolutely.
He then acted on it immediately.
On the first day.
On the first day with his executive order.
Crystal and clear.
Okay, can you, about weaponization, can you take us through that executive order?
Yeah, absolutely. He said that the policy of our government is based on two pillars. Now it's a third pillar. The first two pillars that our government is based upon is transparency in government, which is assured via the Freedom of Information Act, which allows all U.S. citizens to see what their government is doing. We call that transparency in government. And the second is accountability. And accountability in government is done via investigations, audits, to ensure that the government is sourced by the best and is performed by the best. And those two pillars are the two pillars, transparency and accountability. And these are major government functions, transparency and accountability. On day one, he said that we would no longer tolerate any kind of government malfeasance. And if the government malfeasance was collaborative in nature, in other words, it extended through other bureaus, boards, agencies, or commissions, that they would be held accountable, legally accountable, for their failure to perform the duties for which they took an individual oath of office, just like every military person does, just like everyone who serves our government, to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. And a domestic enemy is clearly somebody who subverts the very government that they take money from.
Okay, so there is President Trump showing that he intends to make good on his campaign promises.
And he does. And he does.
And he signed that executive order on day one.
Absolutely.
And then what happened?
And then he, in turn, had the Attorney General, and the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, signed out her Attorney General memorandum and directed that the Department of Justice, as a matter of policy and function, seek out and address corruption, specifically inside the Department of Justice, which includes the FBI, of course, because that is the law enforcement policy that supports the two policies, the two pillars, transparency and accountability. And unfortunately, and she also took the efforts of standing up a weaponization working group.
Right. And isn't Ed Martin?
Yes.
Who I know personally, who is a great man. I've known him for many years.
A very good man who was serving as the interim U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia, as a matter of fact.
Until they were so scared of him politically because they don't own him that they pushed him out.
Yes, and they moved him over and he became the pardon attorney, and he is running the weaponization working group, and he is not being supported.